Welcome to Freedom to Know Wellness, a disability advocacy platform to hold space and give a voice to those with complex medical and chronic pain conditions, female reproductive challenges and miscarriages, and address other disability-related topics, including how these experiences affect one's mental health. I am your host, Michelle Samuels. Now, before we start, please remember to subscribe to the Freedom to Know Wellness channel at FTK Wellness to catch all of our content, and click the bell for notifications on new posts. If you enjoy our content, consider contributing financially to aid with the Freedom to Know Wellness production by clicking the @FTK Wellness PayPal link on our channel's page or found in the description box below. Please advise, the information provided in this episode is from the opinions of the interviewee and interviewer. For further medical advice, please contact your practitioner. Welcome to Freedom to Know Wellness. I am your host, Michelle Samuels. We are speaking with a special guest, a returning guest, Meghan French, who spoke about her journey with the Carnivore Diet and her healing journey towards healing fibromyalgia. Meghan, welcome back to the Freedom to Know Wellness podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. It's really nice to be able to give you even more of an update and just connect. It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. So since our last interview, which was about maybe 6 months ago, how has life been on your fibromyalgia healing journey using the Carnivore Diet?
It's been amazing. There's been so many good things that have happened. So I think, as I had said last time, I was coming off of most of my medication,
Mhm.
but I'm now off all my medications, like 100%, everything, and
Wow.
have been since May. So no antidepressants, no painkillers, nothing for my thyroid because that is functioning properly again. Nothing for keeping my cholesterol levels down or managing because those are all within healthy ranges, which is amazing. So I don't have to think every morning of which pills do I have to put aside, which ones do I have to remember to take at what times.
Right.
It's fantastic. Um, but so that's the first thing. Um, let's see. Well, we went back and visited our younger son in July because he moved back to Canada a couple of years ago.
Oh,
So we
yes, you did mention,
went back on
yes.
holiday.
Mhm.
And I actually he lives up in Bracebridge in Muskoka. So while we were there, I did a little bit of walking, not any great distance at that time, just a little bit more movement, a little bit more. Let me see if I can walk a block and a half. Let me see if I can cover a couple blocks. Let me see how long I can go before I need to use the chair. And so as of today, I have not had to use either my power chair or my manual chair at all for 2 months,
Oh my goodness.
doing anywhere between 2 to 5 miles a day. Like
Wow.
not all at once, broken
Yes.
up day, but we have 2 dogs, so I take them out for the morning walk, and then I'll go into town if I have errands, and then I'll usually take them out again in the afternoon. So building up to 5-ish miles a day most days, but usually at least 2 just to get out, get the body awake and moving, and
Good.
it's been really amazing. So that's probably been the biggest thing, is just so much more mobility, which has been absolutely fantastic. After 8.5 years in a wheelchair,
Yes.
it's been
Yes.
it's been absolutely a godsend for sure.
That is huge. That is
Yeah.
huge. So you're no longer using your mobility device. You said you came off all of your medications. So are you experiencing any of the fibromyalgia pain at all, or is it just
I have not
manageable?
been it's so manageable. Like, I find days where if I've walked a little bit more,
Mhm.
I might feel a bit like my muscles might get a bit tired or achy, but I think it's so hard to remember what normal
Yeah.
muscle looks like,
Yeah, yeah,
right? After all this time.
yeah.
I think it's just that normal. I had a good walk. I'm a little bit sore, but I don't find like it keeps me from, it doesn't knock me out for the rest of the day.
Mhm.
Um, and in fact, my fibro fog is so gone, I'm working at the moment. I'm currently working towards my college certificate in nutrition and wellness. So I'm hoping by the summer I'll have it's all online, which is great. But I'm hopefully that's going to be all done and finished as of the summer. But I've been doing that full time since July. So
Wonderful. I
wanting to
was
take on more things, keep busy, all that kind of stuff. So it's been just amazing. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, how is the fiber fog? So that's basically gone.
It is. I think
Oh,
it
wow.
the only thing I probably feel is that usual fog, that just happens when if you're overtired, you've been up too late the night
Mhm,
before, or you get up for you're not well, or someone in the house isn't well, and you get to play nursemaid and all that sort of
mhm,
thing.
mhm,
But, no, I find that, for the most part, I remember most things most of the time, um, not perfectly, but, I find I forget less and less.
mhm,
And yeah, just being excited about learning new things, whether it's for my course or just in life in general. Just, oh, this is I've been, because I have a break right now in between my modules. So I've been binge watching all these World War II documentaries on Netflix and
mhm,
other things. It's like, oh, that's really fascinating. And there might be 10 episodes, and I'll be like, okay, next one. I keep working my way through and just feeling present and just, yeah, just seeing what's happening in the world, things of interest that, you know, in the past, I probably would have felt like, no, that's too much. I think it's going to be beyond me. I don't think I can stay in it long enough to make it worth I don't even invest the time because then I
mhm,
remember things and who was this character from 3 episodes back, and why do I care about this moment in Spanish history or whatever it is.
mhm,
Uh, but yeah, just I feel like I'm a lot more engaged with life overall,
mhm.
which is great. Yeah. So just building that little by little every day, which has been really, really good. Yeah.
So, how have you made any changes or alterations to the carnivore diet that you've been eating? I remember you mentioning about eating meats that are 20% fat. That's
Mhm.
been very beneficial to you. Have you continued on that type of diet, or what has there been any changes?
I have. I would say probably what I'm finding. Um, so for me, and I still enjoy, like, I mean, this is decaf at the moment because I can't do regular in the evenings. But for the most part, one of the things I found really great is, as much as I enjoy a nice black cup of coffee, just if it's well made, just taste the beans and all that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But I used to drink so many cups of it through the day, trying to
Mm.
counteract the exhaustion from the fibromyalgia, from not sleeping well the night before. And it's so weird. It's one of those things where in your head, yeah,
For
ready?
that same purpose, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want
I'm
the fatigue was hitting me, and I'm like, "No, no, no. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'm like, coffee it is today." So
There
I
you go, exactly, and it's one of those things where it's like, even though I understand, like, yes, it's a stimulant, and the more you take, the more your body needs, the more it needs, the more you have to take, and it doesn't last long. We all know this, that's why so many people go for so much coffee all the time. But even knowing that, it was that one thing that was a holdout on, which is, I want my coffee, I'm having my coffee, I'm gonna enjoy my coffee. But because I've had I don't know, such a great dopamine hits just from the exercise, from getting outdoors and walking through the woods, taking the dogs out, walking, whatever it is, just walking around town, getting the natural endorphins and the dopamine hit has been such a boost to the energy levels. I haven't needed as much caffeine.
Mhm, mhm.
So I'm finding it a lot easier to just sort of wean back on how much regular coffee I drink, which overall is probably better for me anyways, because with having IBS, too
I was
much
about to
caffeine. Yeah. not, as you know, bad idea, not
Bad
too.
idea.
Decaf doesn't seem to be an issue for the IBS, but regular coffee, very much so. And so it was that quandary of, yes, I'm going to feel the IBS later, but I'm really exhausted and I want to get up and I have to get through the day and I need
Yes.
my caffeine hit. So that's been, I didn't even, I sort of knew I was having less of it. But it's one of those things where you don't, until you stop, you go, oh, wow, I only had one regular coffee today as opposed to
Mm,
4 or
mhm,
5 or 6, whatever I was
Yeah,
up
to
to.
manage fatigue,
And it's
yeah.
like, oh, I only had one. And actually, I don't feel like I have to have any more. If I was to drink water all day, I could probably do that. And
Mhm.
caffeine, get out of my way. I'm going to hurt you if you get in front of my coffee. It's like, clear out, a little bit better. Especially our caffeine fiends. But I'm finding it so much easier to just limit. It used to be one of those white knuckling. I know it not.
Mhm, mhm.
I know it, da, 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 and all the reasons, and yet I couldn't do it. And I think having the movement and all those good endorphins and everything else happening is just like, oh, well, look, I have energy.
Yes.
Let me see if I can go a little bit longer before that first cup of coffee. Let me see if I can just wait a little while. And so I don't feel I need it right off the bat. And yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay. If I just have the one, I'm okay. And I'm not, seeing the edge of a cliff.
So prior to being diagnosed with fibromyalgia, were
Mm,
you a coffee drinker?
yes, very
Okay.
much so. I would easily go through anywhere from 6 to 10 cups a day.
So you're already used to drinking coffee for various reasons.
Yeah.
The dopamine, because you mentioned about the mental health issues as well,
Mhm. Yeah.
even though you shouldn't have been having it because of the IBS. Because I honestly, I rarely drink coffee, but when the fatigue is hitting me and I'm realizing, oh my
Mm,
gosh, I have to get through the day, I'm thinking ahead, okay, I have to make the coffee. I'll even add like reishi mushrooms in it to be able to help make it so much more healthier. But I'm
yeah.
thinking, oh, shoot, what do I need to do to be able to combat the IBS issue? And also making sure it's a limited amount so that it combats the pain. So I'll put other like turmeric
It's
and
in it,
other stuff
right.
inside of it to make it more healthier. But it's
Mm,
true, like, when your brain is foggy or the fatigue is hitting you, you reach for anything. I remember I tried working at this part-time job, and the fatigue was so bad, and I was drinking, those energy drinks just to be able
yeah.
to and I was having so much, and the girls were like, "Why?" I'm like, "'Cause the fatigue was hitting me so bad," but that was the worst thing for me. Caused the
Mhm.
heart race to go up, so it was causing problems. So it's like trying to find what works to help with the fatigue portion.
Yeah.
You have found that having the carnivore diet, sticking to it. And I remember kept thinking about what you said about the higher fat content. It really
Mm,
started to balance out your brain and the rest
mhm.
of your body and even your digestive system.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Not to say that I never get an IBS flare up,
Mm,
but if I have it, it's not because of what I've been eating. If we have a stressful situation occur, we found out earlier in the year that my mother-in-law was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, she's been through treatment and at the moment she's in remission, which is thankfully, God's looking after her there. But when we found out, it was just like, and it's so funny. I mean, not funny, haha, but funny weird is that things that are stressful, we don't even necessarily consciously realize that they're stressful. Like, oh, you
mhm,
get some bad news, and for me, like an automatic reaction of something upsets me before I've even registered in my brain, this is upsetting or this is bad.
mhm.
But perhaps like with you, but my gut is already churning and that's it. I'm done. That's it. That's it for that. For the next few hours, the IBS is off and running even before I've registered. Oh, stress, not good.
Right,
Too late.
right, right, right.
So yeah.
And even beforehand with the fibromyalgia, that's how stress probably was triggering you as well, where you're feeling it
Mhm.
in the
Yeah.
IBS, you're feeling with the fibromyalgia pain. But now I'm so excited for you because
Oh,
when you mentioned about even the brain fog, I'm like, you're having brain fog like a normal person.
yeah,
Women of our age, where we're going through, we're going into menopause or perimenopause,
yeah.
and we start going through those natural brain fogs, but it's
Mm.
normal.
Yes. And it's what I mean, not that I want to be. I'm like, it's one of those, I'm done having kids. Mine are grown. I don't want any more. So I'm fine with menopause in theory. It's just everything that goes with that.
That's a whole nother
So,
conversation.
oh, it is. It's like, yeah, not having to think about needing anything for months on end. I'm okay with that. But it's, yeah, all the other. I just, one day out of nowhere, I just turned to Steve. I had just apologized. He's like, what are you apologizing for? I'm like, because I'm not quite feeling myself. And you're going to be dealing with that with me for at least the next few years. So I'm apologizing to you in advance because stuff is going to come out that I don't need, and just say, okay, Meg, and just walk away. You're okay to walk away from me.
Mhm,
Can I record you saying that? Yeah, go ahead. If that helps, you can record me saying, walk away if you have to. But the symptoms, to be honest, I
mhm,
was quite shocked, or have been so far relatively mild. Um, but again, like you say, there is still that bit of brain fog now and again, but it's normal as opposed to what we get used to with fibro.
mhm, mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
I had breakfast today, I think. I mean, pretty sure there's a dish. I think it was mine. Must have been me that ate, that type of having to stop and think really hard when it was really bad of, I think I ate breakfast today.
Mm,
Did I have
mhm.
breakfast today? I don't know. I must have done. And then literally having that just blank spot of what did I do this morning? And sometimes remembering and other times being like, I don't know. I
Mhm.
could literally not remember. So yeah, just to go, oh yeah, I knew I forgot about something. Oh, babe, did you call so and so? Nope, forgot. Okay, on my to do list.
Mhm, mhm,
But what I had to, but and maybe the same for you, but what I've had to learn to do through all the fibromyalgia is everything that I'm supposed to do goes right in my calendar. Like something like, oh, make sure you call the school and ask about so and so teacher.
mhm,
Way, you know, my husband would say stuff like, we can do it later. I'm like, no, 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 no. You don't understand. I'm going to forget this later.
mhm.
You're going to forget to remind me and it won't happen. I have to remind myself now or forget about it. So having to do a little bit less of that, which is great.
Good, good.
Definitely.
No,
Yeah.
that's excellent. That is really
Mhm.
excellent. So so how do you find I remember we're making the joke about, sleeping in the bed and having to use our pillows. Do you find that now you're having to use less pillows?
I do. Well, it depends so when I sleep on my side, I still have the body pillow, but that's more just to separate me because we have an English spaniel,
Mhm,
and his favorite place to sleep is on the bed between my husband and I.
mhm,
So that pillow is just a barrier, forces him to
mm,
sleep on top of
mhm.
Steve. So I get my own space. So I don't need it as much. Like if we're
Right.
staying at a hotel, I just need like a little small cushion to go between my knees, but I don't need for saying the full body one. That's just more to remind the dog that that's your side of the bed. This
Mhm,
is my space. Stay where I want you. Um, but I do find I need a whole lot less pillows. I used to have to sit all the time with, those airline neck pillows.
mhm,
I used to have to sit with one of those
mhm.
all the time.
Yeah,
And over the last few weeks, I haven't needed one when I've been
good.
sitting on the sofa. So I think partly I realized just because of how it was shaped, it's perfect for when you're on a plane.
Mhm.
Side of that, it was actually hyperextending my neck a bit. And so
Mm.
I would take it off and I'd be like, why is my neck sore?
Yes, because it's
It,
become dependent.
it's become too dependent.
Mhm,
And I realized, yeah, maybe that's not a good thing. Let me just, and again, for me, having to sort of try it in little stages as opposed to that's it, no more pillow, end of, maybe I'll just try it for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
How it feel. Okay. Well, maybe I'll try it for half an hour and sort of gradually building up because I think part of me, in my mind at least, there was always that feeling of, but I, but I need it. Have to have it because I
Mm-hmm.
always have it. And therefore I must need it. And it's going to be worse if I don't use it as opposed to just try 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And if it hurts, I put it back. And if
Right,
I'm
right.
okay, you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
even with the walking, it started with, it'd be so much easier to shave my lower legs if I was standing up in the shower. And then I thought, well, if I can stand for a minute or two, maybe I can stand for 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
Test
it
the
just
barriers.
became,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then it just slowly became, actually, I feel better standing. I don't actually need that seat anymore. I did for a long time, but I'm like, look at that. When I practice standing with
Mhm.
proper posture and my shoulders back and my pelvis tucked under, it's like that actually hurts less.
Well, there we're gonna go. This is
And it
my
was,
biggest question now.
you know,
How how has your coccyx been feeling? Because I know you had a lot of tailbone pain, lower back pain.
and yes. And you know what? It feels amazing. There are moments when it gets a little achy,
Mhm.
like if I've been walking for a while. And that more so is not necessarily because I'm walking. It's because it's so easy to walk hunched over,
Mhm. Mhm. It's your posture. Mhm.
right? I mean, I've invested in a really good pair of hiking boots with nice thick cushions on the
Mm,
insides.
good.
When I walk the dogs, split prevention because it's leafy fields, but
Mhm.
also I know I'm getting proper support. And I go out in a really good pair of running shoes.
Okay.
Um, So that was the first thing I had to realize was that just as I'm sure you found out, sadly, high heels are horrible in general, but especially for those of us that have fibromyalgia and
Yeah, and back issues.
back pain.
Oh, yeah.
But flat shoes with no support are just as bad.
Just
And
just as bad.
actually, I had a doctor tell me that flat shoes without support are probably worse because of you develop heel spurs and all that other
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but generally speaking, when I'm taking the time to walk and stand with my shoulders, and I have to remind myself now because it's so easy to slouch and hunch over because that's just how we always do it, right? Um, I remember as a small kid always being told, sit up straight, stand up straight and tall.
Mhm.
And for whatever reason, I think more women than men, we just, over time, we lean over our computers,
Mhm.
hunch over a laptop, we curl ourselves up to the point where as we're growing, we're not growing with a straight spine. And then
Right.
surprise, if we
Mhm.
walk, at least in my case, that was definitely a problem. Um, but when I stand and I walk and I make sure to have good posture, I feel great. I've no pain, zero, which I never ever thought I would ever reach that point, you know? So I think it's kind of good supportive shoes and walking, shoulders back and hips under. Because how often we walk and our backs curve, especially with heels,
Mhm.
when we're tipping forward. I would say, by the way, high heels were not an invention by women for women. Some dude somewhere decided it was a good idea.
It's like the wire bra.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or
Yeah.
the corset or all these other
Yeah.
monstrosities.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've not had to take anything for it at all.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, but I had to over the last several months, I had to slowly retrain my body to hold itself with good posture.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
such bad posture for so long. And then you get fibromyalgia and you get stuck in a position because you want to protect that part that's injured,
Hmm.
which I get psychologically. But then once it's healed, there's such a fear of, oh, if I move, it's going to cause more damage, that for those years when I could have been trying to stand up straight and, have good posture and, you know, work on mobility, I was so afraid to do that that everything just curled up and it
Hmm.
just made it worse.
Yes, yes,
So, yeah.
yes. I know, I remember you mentioning that you had tried aqua therapy, in the
Mhm,
beginning, and I know aqua therapy, it's a trial and error, but it takes time. But one
mhm,
of the things that really saved me was doing aqua exercise. I had to learn how much to do and how much not to do. But one of the main exercise they have you do is just, is just walking forward and then the walking backwards, just gently walking backwards, holding onto the noodle. But that helps to realign the spine, to take the pressure off of
mhm.
it and to keep it more aligned. And just even when you're floating and the way they have you floating and just to take the pressure off of your joints, but to be able to alleviate those pressures, it's like, oh, okay, there's a way to do it without it over aggravating it. No matter what, as you said, you do something, it can be sometimes overdoing it, but you got to know what your threshold is and then go
Sure.
from there. And I'm so happy, like even with your walking, getting outside mentally, that's so stimulating.
It
And then
is.
knowing what your threshold is, you are really on your way to your healing journey. And
Mm,
it's just amazing with what the carnivore diet has done for you. And you've
mhm.
kept it the same. You've been eating the same, basically the same diet. Nothing's changed.
No, not really. I think
Mhm.
a few little tweaks within that diet, in that breakfast would sometimes be ground beef with eggs, and I was finding it was too heavy for me. Um, it was just too much to do first thing in the morning.
Mhm.
So for me, that might be a couple of fried eggs. It might be eggs with a little bit of chopped up like breakfast sausage, kind of just all scrambled up together. Um, and then probably not a whole lot, maybe a few pieces of chicken or some sausage at lunch, and then dinner would be the usual beef with eggs.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then sometimes that would change. So if like our younger son came home to visit over New Year's, he's a cook now. So he came home and he cooked roast leg of lamb for us. We had for New Year's. So good. So I'll eat lamb every once in a while. Um, I like it. It is more
Mhm.
expensive.
It is, yeah.
Whereas ground beef is pretty basic, pretty easy to afford. We'll do steak sometimes. We have a really good butcher that we go to. So I will eat chicken breasts with egg, or I'll chop it up and mix it in with beef. So the same basic menu,
Mhm.
just kind of mixed up a little, if you will.
Right.
So, yeah, still animal based completely, with the coffee being the exception. I know
Mhm.
it's not an animal. It turns you into one if you're not careful. But I know technically it's a plant. Um, but yeah, otherwise strictly animal based. And it's been really helpful. The weather's been crazy lately, so my rosacea's been flaring up a bit, just between going from cold to hot to cold to hot to cold to
Okay.
hot. But
Mhm.
otherwise, hair's pretty much, it was really dry and scraggly for a while.
Mhm.
Come back, it's pretty much back to its pre-fibro health.
I can see the shine.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
I'm saying. Mhm.
It's coming back quite healthy. My fingernails and toenails are not all chipped and cracking anymore.
Your
So that
eyebrows, I can see that.
eyebrows have filled out, eyelashes are not falling out constantly. So one of the things that I made the mistake of when I started was thinking, oh, this is all going to be reversed like instantly. And of course, no, it took me years of eating really bad stuff, stuff that was bad for me,
Mhm.
anyways. So the human body is like, all right, well, you spent 20 years eating crap. It's going to take a little while for us to clear it all out and fix
Yes.
it. But It is working that way. Yeah, most definitely.
So you've been on the carnivore diet. That's actually something I was actually going to go in the direction of
Mm.
what you're stating, because they always say that how long you've taken to encounter that condition. Um, it could take that many years to be able to reverse it. Now,
Mhm.
in your circumstance, you were dealing with the back pain for a while and the
Yeah.
fog for prior to being diagnosed. Were you dealing with the fibro fog?
No, not really. I think, there was a bit of it there, but it really wasn't until after I was diagnosed in
It
2015 because
amplified
that's
the
well,
pain.
that's when they had me in on all the heavy duty
Hmm.
painkillers.
Hmm.
Um, so from 2015 to 2020, I was on high levels of medication. I started carnivore June of 2020. So I'm about 3.5 years in now. It'll be 4 years this June. Within the first 3 months, my brain fog cleared up almost 100%. I'd say 90%. The last 10% probably occurred within the last couple of years. That last little bit. The pain was managed within the first few months and completely went away about a year ago. I mean, yeah, like 'cause it's been about a year since I've been off all my medication. Um, so some of those changes were pretty quick, like the weight loss. The 100 pounds happened within 5 or 6 months.
Hmm.
Um, but the first thing I actually really kind of stopped and noticed was reducing the reduction of the brain fog. And like I said, that was within the first month, 6 weeks of being carnivore. I was like, oh my gosh, I can think like
Yes. Yeah.
of remembering things and all that kind of good stuff.
So it's almost been 4 years. So you are seeing the benefits of the reduction of your symptoms, improvement in your pain, etc. So as you continue to progress with this diet, I'm eager to see how much more further you are going to improve. Because you mentioned that, yeah, you still have a bit of the pain, but compared to before, what you're used to, oh,
Oh yeah.
it's like night and day.
And I'm just gonna say that it is. It's totally like night and day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm kind of so I try to do how am I gonna say this? Okay, so for me, when I started getting mobility, my first thought was I'm gonna walk like 10 miles every day.
Yeah.
And then I had to stop and go, wait, wait, wait. Okay, that's just not realistic. I've gone from 0 for 8.5 years, and I'm just gonna start walking for 10 miles. I may not feel it the day I walk it, but if I don't do it gradually, I will feel the effect of it afterwards for days. I need to work up to this slowly, right?
Thank you for having that thought, because a lot of us were like, "Oh, we're feeling a little bit better. Let's go." I did this last week and I ended up setting myself back. So, yeah.
Exactly. And I've done that to myself many times. So I finally took my advice of maybe start slow.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, we'll have to make this progress in our own pace. And it started out with just about a year ago, around our anniversary. My husband and I went to Portugal for 5 days. It was amazing. We had a great time. I'm still in the chair. And so he had to push me around, and it's all beautiful, but it's hilly and there's cobblestones. It is not wheelchair friendly where we were in Porto. And at that point, I just got so fed up with having to be in the chair personally. Like, if obviously people need to be in a chair, there's nothing wrong with that. But I was at the point of, I think I was tired of holding myself back mentally. You know what I mean? It was one of those,
Mm.
I could maybe try to take a few steps. And then if I need the chair, it's around, as opposed to, oh, I can't. It's going to hurt. I can't do it. No, I'm not going to even bother trying. So I was trying to get through that mental barrier to the point of, you know what, one day, someday, I'm not sure when, because when I make plans, God has a really good laugh, right? But someday, I want us to be able to go on a holiday where I won't need the chair and we'll be able to walk wherever we want. and it doesn't have to have disabled access. And I don't have to worry about where we're going to park it, how we're going to get it on the plane, all that stuff. I didn't know when that was going to be or how it was going to happen or when it was going to start. And then a few months later, we were visiting in Canada and I found, hey, I can walk a few short, I can walk a few meters. And I'm all right. Okay, cool. Don't push it. Walk a little, sit down. Walk a little bit more, sit down. Like pause constantly. Because again, in my head, I'm like, oh, I walked 5 meters. That's it. I'm ready for a marathon. No. And it just became a little bit of, why don't I just try? Why don't I just try seeing if I can walk halfway down the block? And if I have to stop and sit down and call Steve to come get me from up the road, he will. No problem. And it didn't happen. So it was kind of like, oh, okay. Let me try a little bit more again in a few days. Let me rest in between. And so that's still a plan, is at some point whenever we next go on holiday, I won't need the chair. But I'm hoping, not for any other reason than I just think it would be cool to work up to 10 miles a day, a couple of miles, multiple times throughout the day. At least two, maybe 3 days a week.
Right.
And then go from there. Because I'm hoping that I'll have a life as well. And there'll be other stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Walking all the time.
Especially because you're pursuing your nutrition certification. So yes.
Exactly. So while I have module breaks, it's perfect. Get out with the dogs, get out of the house, get energy, get air, all that good stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of like my next big goal, if you will, is to be able to walk enough that I can do up to 10 miles in a day overall. Doesn't have, and I have to keep reminding myself, it doesn't have to be nonstop.
Yes.
No rule saying you must walk 10 miles without stopping.
Exactly.
Take a mile here, take a few miles there. It's amazing how much we walk just window shopping. Have a Strava GPS tracker, which you can use. A lot of people use when they do running and cycling to track their trails. And Steve and I were out at an outlet mall, not far from where we live. We were wandering around. He needed some shirts for work to take with him on his work trip. And I just had it running the whole time. We're walking store to store, just taking our time, getting coffee, pausing every now and again. And at the end of it, I walked like almost 3 miles in total, just wandering through stores. Deciding, do you like this shirt? Do you like this shirt? What about these pants? Yes. So I say that because I have to remind myself, it doesn't have to be this training for the Olympics that I'm going to do this best time. It's just, no, just get out, walk, move.
Exactly.
So that's kind of what I'm working for next. We'll see.
There's a question I wanted to ask you, and I congratulate you for all your achievements and thinking responsibly in regards to how to move forward, because fibromyalgia is known as the overachiever's disease. So we always want to, go do so much. We're like, we have a little bit of a reprieve. Let's go do all this stuff. And then realize afterwards, I can't. It's gradual. And that's important. But I didn't ask you in your first interview, when you did start eating the carnivore diet, I hear some people go through an adjustment in their digestive system. Some people find that it's more painful. Like, I didn't get a chance to find out, when you did start eating the carnivore diet and you cut out everything and you stuck strictly with it, what was the adjustments to your stomach, to how you were feeling, etc.?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So before I went carnivore, so I should go back a couple months before that. So by May of 2020, I was about 215 pounds. Okay. And it was way too much. My joints were in agony. And of course, everything else that was happening. And like everybody, we put on that COVID weight in that first period of COVID. And so Steve and I were going to lose a bit of weight together. And his sister had been diagnosed before in the year with Hashimoto's. And she was given a book by her doctor and told, follow this book to reverse your symptoms.
Mm.
And so she did. She recommended it to me. Now, the problem was with the book is that it left in a lot of plant material.
Yes. So
So,
you were mentioning that. So you cut that all out. Mm-hmm.
so when I first started, it was just, okay, let's get rid of dairy, get rid of soy, get rid of sugar, gluten. And I think red meat was one of them, which is kind of funny now thinking back, but okay, fine. So we took that stuff out. And she had all these sections about get lots of seeds, get lots of pulses in, get lots of smoothies in. And I was so desperate to try to lose weight and not feel the effects of the IBS. I was willing to do it. Even though I knew myself, seeds, beans, legumes, grains, all of this stuff always caused me problems. It always made my IBS flare up. But I thought, she's a doctor. Why not? So we followed, for the next couple of weeks, we followed her plan. And of course, my husband lost 12 pounds, I think.
Because
And
he's
I,
stuck onto keto, as you were saying. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I gained 4, not understanding at the time, well, that's bloating. It's actually not fat per se. It's all this
Mm-hmm.
other stuff. And at the end of the book, like the final chapter, it says, if removing these other things haven't worked, then remove the plants. And instead of trying, that's the last chapter. I had to read the
Right.
whole entire thing to go, well, wait a second. The thing that I knew from years of IBS is, oh, look at that. Seeds and nuts and beans and all those things they say you should avoid with
Mm-hmm.
IBS. Oh, look at that. I should have been avoiding these things.
Mm.
And that's when I decided I'm going to check out keto because my sister-in-law did it to help with some of her rheumatoid arthritis.
Mm-hmm.
Worked well for her. So I looked that up on YouTube, started with keto. And then I started hearing about all these people that were being successful with carnivore with like no plants. So like Joe Rogan and Michaela Peterson and her dad and these other people. I'm like, oh, wait a second. Let me check this out because the thing is the plants they say it's okay to have on keto are the plants I shouldn't be eating in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Because so
Right.
I need garlic, broccoli, spinach, and you're probably sitting there going, like I was just thinking about like, no.
Yeah, I know. I love my vegetables.
I love them. They do not love me back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately I had to. And those ones were the worst for me with IBS. And so it just became a natural, oh, well, if I don't need them, and these guys cut them out because they were dealing with Crohn's and colitis and IBS themselves, and they cut up plants and they felt better. I'm like, oh, let me try it. And probably within a week or two of going true strict carnivore, oh my goodness, I felt amazing. I had almost no bloating, no gas, no constipation. I found my digestion was finally functioning properly. And it
Mm-hmm.
was like light bulb. Aha. Now I figured it out. Now I found the thing that is going to help me the most. So that's what's kept me going since then. Cause, Steve's like, well, you don't need to lose weight. I'm like, that's not why I'm eating this way.
Well, my question is, like, I know when some people, they start eating complete carnivore, like, I
Mhm.
mean, you've been doing an elimination diet already. So I think that's what kind of paid off into your favor. You were already
Mhm.
doing an elimination diet. So by the time you switched on to carnivore, did your body go through any type of rejection, feeling sick to your stomach, anything of that nature? Or was it because you were already cutting out all of these, doing this elimination diet, in other words? that it was a more of a smoother transition, that you didn't have as much issues? Like, even for some people,
And
they'd say,
probably.
"Hmm,
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a good point. I think, yeah, because I had already started to eliminate things to start with,
mhm,
when I finally decided I'm gonna try this carnivore thing, I found it to be very much not painful.
mm,
Now, when I first had to cut out dairy and sugar and gluten, that sucked. That was horrible because of the withdrawal symptoms. You don't realize, especially with sugar, you don't realize how much there is in the food we eat until you try to cut it out.
mhm,
And then you realize, oh wow, there's a lot of added sugar in a lot of things that you wouldn't even necessarily think of.
mhm."
So that was hard. So there was definitely headaches and irritability and just feeling nauseous the first week or so. By the second week, I think the symptoms were definitely calming down as far as feeling headaches and like the typical withdrawal symptoms.
Mhm.
But I'm still dealing with so much, well, what I would call gut rot and just abdominal pain because of all the other plants that were affecting my IBS. When
Okay.
those finally came out completely, it was this massive sense of utter relief. It was like, "Ah, oh my gosh, I feel good. Oh, it is possible to not have these symptoms all the time." I mean, at least from food. Stress is still
So it's not the fact that having the meat in your stomach, having to process digesting the meats were causing, that gut rot, but it's because of all the leftover plant-based items that were in your intestines, just getting them out and having that painful experience. That's what made it more worse.
exactly.
Got you, got
Because
you.
it all sits there and it kind of ferments in your
Mhm.
gut.
Yes.
So it was kind of like once that was finally out of my system,
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, I almost felt like a brand new person." It was amazing.
Yeah.
It just so my husband is now carnivore himself. He's
Okay.
managing to manage his type 2 diabetes. He's quit sugar and he's quit carbs completely, all plants and all sugars because
Because he was keto, but now he's gone completely
he
carnivore.
was for a while and then he kind of jumped off the bandwagon, went the opposite way. Then
Okay.
he came back. I think his GP kind of said, look, you got to do something. You've got to manage this a lot better. So he's been almost 2 weeks carnivore. And he said, the first few days, he's like, he kind of laughed. He's like, all right, I've had no sugars. I've had no processed carbs. It's been almost a week. He goes, but it said sort of to me, he was away for work. He's like, just be glad that while I was dealing with the irritability and the withdrawals, you and I were not in the same house for the first 2 days. I'm like, oh man, friends me.
I was gonna ask.
And,
Very
so
smart.
now he's much better, but he's noticed he himself has also found a huge difference
Wow.
just in the last week and a half of just, is like, yeah, I didn't realize how much stuff that was affecting my blood sugar was getting into my diet, stuff that I would have thought was healthy. But like for him as a type 2 diabetic,
Mhm.
wouldn't have been happening. And he's like, yeah, I feel so much better now. He's like, is it normal that you go to the toilet, you get rid of a lot of you get rid of a lot of waste first, and then after that, maybe you don't need to go as often? It's like, yeah, that's normal because your body's now using what it needs to build muscle, provide energy, as opposed to
Mhm.
stuff fermenting in your gut for long periods. I said, now it's being used right away, or it's just sent out as waste. But if you have too much of it, I said, that was your problem. He goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. But
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
he feels much better as well. So,
So better absorption, better absorption. And
Mhm.
I don't believe I asked the last time. Do you know what your blood type is? If you're a type O, B,
I
AB?
don't actually. I
Okay.
knew at one point, I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's this way in Canada, but here, if you ask your doctor's surgery,
Mhm.
so you can view all your prescriptions and things online, but you can also sign a form and asking to view copies of all your patient records.
Hmm.
So you can see results, all of your any test results, any referrals that are made, any recommendation that comes through that they've stored electronically. You can view it yourself. So at one point, I knew my blood type, but I don't remember it
Okay.
anymore.
Okay. No,
I
I
knew at one point, but
no, I asked because I know, I remember reading this book. I have the book. And I
Mhm,
used to, when I stick more to it, it's pretty good, but it was Eat
mhm.
Right for your blood type. But they were talking about
I've heard of
how,
that. Yeah.
yes. And about how typos are very good on a carnivore based diet.
Mhm.
So I trying to see, a friend of mine, she actually went completely vegan. She's typo like me, but it actually benefited her being vegan. I
Okay.
was quite surprised. So I'm still trying to find out what the correlation is with the blood type and if it really matters based on your diet. I know for me, a lot of the things that do affect me negatively.
Mhm.
The book does state, yes, it's going to affect you negatively. But for example, they were like, okay, you can have Ezekiel bread, but I can't have gluten.
Yes,
And
same.
those old grains are, even though it's beautiful, I can't digest it well. So I
Yeah,
realized, okay, I have to avoid that. So it really is trying to find what works for you. And
exactly.
yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Like I say, like for me, this has been absolutely a godsend. But that's me. There are people who it can put a little bit of plants in their diet and they seem to do very well with it and they seem to be thriving. And hopefully they are.
Hmm.
But I just know for me personally, it was a disaster. And
Hmm.
I had to just get rid of them because I think gluten sensitivities for me, but also with the IBS, I don't digest them. Like, no, there's no plant I've ever had that I've been able to digest properly. It's just a level of, well, which one's going to ferment worse than others? Do you know what I mean? In the
Hmm.
gut. So
Yes.
certain ones I would have, and it may not necessarily notice the effects until the next day,
Hmm.
the day after. Whereas other things I would eat, and within about 10 minutes, that's it. I'm blown up like a balloon. So
Hmm.
it's one of those. I love vegetables. I love fruits. They don't like me back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feelings not mutual. That's
Yeah, yeah, that's like me and gluten. I have gluten. I'm like, maybe I can have a little bit, and all of a sudden I start to
and you're
swell,
just
and
like,
I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's scary. So it's yeah, it's really trying to find out what works with your constitution, and just bless your body for it. So I'm just remembering, I was going to ask you any types of herbs and spices, but I just remembered you said no, you stick strictly to salt and pepper because you have to be careful of the vegetables from those other spices because that could also negatively affect you.
oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And when my son came, it was great. When he cooked up the lamb, it was brilliant. He just put a bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper, and he seasoned it because he knows I can't have any
Mhm.
spices. And then once the leg was cooked, he sort of cut a bit off for me, and then he added spices for everybody else.
Mhm.
But like with garlic, I love the smell of garlic, but I'm allergic. So if I touch garlic, I break out in a little bit of rash on my wrist.
Oh,
So it's not anaphylactic, but it's like I get rosacea or eczema on my wrists if I touch
okay.
garlic. He's like, could you do just a little bit? I'm like, no, dude, I'm sorry. Like if it's pre-seasoned, go ahead. And I
Right.
will eat something else. And everyone's like, oh, we feel so bad for you. I was like, I like what I eat. I'm happy with it. So if you guys, if they want to have an Indian takeout or something with spice, I'm like, guys, enjoy your food. I don't miss it. I know I can't have it. My body will hate me for it,
Mhm.
but that's me. You guys do you. I'm happy to just do my ground beef with bacon and eggs or sausages or something I know isn't going to send me into a gastric cup floor.
Mhm.
I'm good.
Right.
And that was the other thing. Everybody was like, don't you feel bad? Don't you miss the spices? I'm like, not really, because they never did me any favors. I love the smells.
Mhm.
So, if when he would cook stuff in the house while he was visiting, it's like, oh, that smells great. Because it's got garlic in it. Dude, that's okay. You
Right.
enjoy. I'm and everyone thinks, oh, you're just saying that. You must feel so bad. Like, I don't feel bad. I like what I'm eating.
Mhm.
enjoy what you're having. Don't worry about me.
Your body's thanking you for it.
Yes, exactly. I said, I'm going to eat what I know I'm going to enjoy, and I'm not going to pay for it later. You
Yeah,
just go ahead, do whatever you want. So,
that's true.
yeah,
Well, Megan, I just want to thank you again for just taking time out of your day to share an update on how you're doing and your success story with the carnivore diet. Like, it's truly a success story. I'm
it
so
really.
happy for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to. I'm so glad we got to catch up, and
Yes.
it's a pleasure to come and talk with you. And thank you for having me.
And I really hope that this also benefits your husband long term. So at least you guys can be on the journey together and not feeling like, okay, I'm the only one being carnivore. At least he's carnivore with you to support you through your journey.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think as he's finding his blood glucose numbers are coming way down, they're much more manageable. There's talk of he might be able to come off his medication if he stays on top of things, which, you reach a point in your life where you're like, the less pills I have to take,
Better.
the better.
Yeah.
And that way he doesn't have to always remember them. So here's hoping. I think this time it's gonna stick. So he
Good.
seems really determined, and he's actually over in North America for the next 2.5 months for work. So
Okay.
he's in Grand Bend at the moment, and then he's got work in Toronto for a week, and then he's off to New York and New Jersey and out to Vancouver. So he's away, but he's been sticking with it. So I think that was the other thing is for me, I had to do it because it was for me, as
Hmm.
opposed to someone said, "Oh, you should try this." I was like, trying this because I want my health back.
Hmm. Right.
I
Right.
think for him, he's like, you know what? It's worked for you. I want to make a change. I'm going to try this. Like, okay. So I don't have to nag him. He's motivated. He's doing it for himself, which is good.
Well, that's good. That's
Definitely.
good.
Definitely.
Well, thank you again.
Thank
So,
you.
so to the Freedom to Know listeners, as I always like to close, reading information is one thing, but listening to a lived experience is another and paramount. And that's what we do here at Freedom to Know Wellness. Thank you again and be well. Since this interview, Megan has achieved many of her physical milestones. She has been traveling with her husband, Stephen, to different locations. Megan has documented Stephen and her adventures on her Megan the Faithful Fibromyalgia Warrior social media page and YouTube channel to highlight her mobility achievements and celebrate her newfound independence. Thank you for listening to this episode. To have your voice heard on Freedom to Know Wellness, email us at info@freedomtoknowwellness.ca. For content like this and more, subscribe to the Freedom to Know Wellness blog at freedomtoknowwellness@substack.com. And for more podcasts, follow our FTK Wellness YouTube channel and find Freedom to Know Wellness on all major podcast platforms. And don't forget us on social media at FTK Wellness.